How to lose weight fast with the keto diet. Seems like everybody loves that. How can I lose weight fast with a keto diet? And it's might be not what you think.
Yeah. So this is not going to be an answer that you've heard before. So how do you lose weight fast with a keto diet? Is you avoid all the cheat days, all the obstacles that come into your path, because you're going to get results way faster if you do this one thing. So how do you do that? We're going to break it down into 4 steps. And this is going to create some really fantastic positive momentum in your life. So if you don't have a notebook, you might want to grab one. So number 1 is change how you think about failure. So I have a quote here by John Maxwell, and I'm going to read it from the sheet. One of the greatest problems people have with failure is they're too quick to judge isolated situations in their lives and label them as failures. Instead, they need to keep the bigger picture in mind. You know, so often when we fail at something, we can pick on keto. We fail at keto. Maybe we overeat on keto food or we go off plan. We look at it as this massive, colossal failure. And then we internalize it. And all of a sudden, we're telling ourselves that we're the failure. Is that true?
No, we're not a failure. I mean, that's kind of very black and white, right? We are just success is the sum total of all of the failures that came before it, leading up to that one moment when things finally went right and you finally got the muscle memory and the wind speed was right. Like all those things come together and you're like, oh, this is what success feels like. So now I can keep doing this. But you would never know that unless you had all those failures beforehand. So you have to experience the failure before you can really experience the success.
And there are thousands of stories in history. I think Michael Jordan is probably one of the most popular stories.
Yeah, right. So kicked off his high school basketball team, or didn't make his junior high basketball team, things like that, and ends up being one of the greatest players in history.
So not only did he fail, but he was told he couldn't be.
So many athletes were told that they couldn't be or would never be. Or
you look at Bo Eason and his story, where he was told not to show up for practice, even as a walk-on. But he did. He showed up, and he became an NFL player.
Yeah.
So it's about showing up even when you fail. So I want to challenge you to change how you think about failure. You aren't a failure. You failed at a thing. The only way you fail permanently is if you quit. So think about these. That's how great success stories are born, is you have to find the perseverance to push through and fail forward. So how do you do that? We've got to change how you think about failure. So I want to challenge you to expect, embrace, and celebrate failures. Brag about your failures. So last week in our members group coaching, we had one of our members who's on the live stream share with us that she decided to order a pizza. And she ate the pizza. But instead of her normal routine of beating herself up, telling herself she's a failure, she said, you know what? I did that. And she really embraced how she felt, she felt the inflammation cascade through her body. And she remembered why she was doing keto. And she just really focused on that feeling so that next time she thinks, hey, it'd be nice to order a pizza, she goes, wait a minute, I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah, and I think that's really indicative of somebody who is at that next level. Somebody who gets it and is no longer yo-yo dieting, right? When you are the type of person who can have a failure, have a setback, see it, acknowledge it, learn something from it, and go right back to what your behaviors were before, that's really advanced and should be celebrated in a big way.
Yeah. So we celebrated that with her. But that takes work. It takes time. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to do this. So tip number 2 is creating a strong why and commitment statement. And Jeremy and I are going to share ours. But think about, why did you choose to do keto? Out of all the different styles of eating out there, why keto? Why did you pick it? So think about that and write about it. And why is staying keto important? What are the benefits you're noticing in your body? This needs to go beyond, I want to fit into my skinny jeans. This needs to go beyond the superficial way you look, because those things are temporary, and we're all very aware that they're temporary and that they can change. So this needs to go deeper. This needs to go to the core. Having this strong why, this strong commitment statement, it is what gets you through those nights when you're just flat out, you're stressed, you're exhausted, and all you want to do is check out in front of the TV. And of course, your brain is telling you it wants carbs. But if you have that strong why and commitment statement, then you will have the ability to go, no, that's a temporary Band-Aid. I don't want temporary Band-Aids in my life anymore. I want a permanent solution so that I can
lose weight fast.
do the thing, right?
Right.
Insert your commitment statement, insert your why. So we're going to share our commitment statements because I think that's kind of helpful. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so here's my commitment statement, and obviously this is very personal to me. Feel free to copy this if you want. So I am committed to my health, keto, because I want to live a vibrant, happy life. I want to set a good example for my 4 teenage girls, and I want to have the energy and the vitality that I need in order to help others. So this is my teenagers, my family, my friends, and you guys, my followers. I want to be able to help them create a life they love to live in. But I actually took this a step further, and I listed out why I'm doing this, because of the things I don't want to experience in my life, because I needed a little bit more oomph. So here's the other part of my commitment statement. I don't want to have surgery every few years because of my endometriosis. I don't want to go back to suffering from daily migraines and having a very low quality of life. I don't want to end up with the disease that I could have prevented if only I had taken care of my health in the first place. And I don't want to end up bedridden when I'm older, not able to take care of myself. So together, these two things form a very strong commitment statement for me, and they help me get through the tough times. And so now Jeremy's going to share his.
So I have 2, and for different situations. So my first one is, I commit to making good, informed, healthy decisions for my future self. I will live a healthful life that inspires my family on their journey. So that's just kind of my everyday commitment statement for, it helps me when I'm making decisions about what to eat, what to do, how to act, things like that. Right? My other one is, I am committed to having a strong, functional body that allows me to serve those that need help. So that's twofold. I recommend to people a lot on here to be active and exercise. And there's times where I don't feel like doing that. I get it. It's not always fun to exercise. But this is my commitment statement to help me focus in on why do I do that. And also because I am in the service, right? So I need to maintain a healthy body so that I can continue to be in the National Guard.
So there's the first 2. Number 1 is changing how you're thinking about failure. And number 2 is creating that really powerful why and commitment statement. That why and commitment statement is going to take some time and some massaging so that it's powerful enough to really help you through those tough times. So don't be discouraged if you don't get it just right the first time. Number 3 is creating a plan of action. You've got to have a plan. So here's a quote by Norman Vincent Peale. Stand up to your obstacles and do something about them. You will find that they haven't half the strength you think they have. So life happens, right? We're in the midst of just life throwing us all kinds of curveballs and stress and things we just don't want to deal with. And we're constantly fighting fatigue, dealing with it. So this sounds like common sense, but it's really not common practice. And we find that with a lot of things. So if you have a plan, if you're like, oh, I have a plan, I'm good. So if I came into your house and I asked to see your planner, would I be able to see the plan laid out in advance? If the answer is no, then you don't have a plan. You have a coping mechanism. And I'm challenging you a little bit here with some tough love. But creating a plan, having things planned in advance, is how you get through those really tough days, or those days when you're just exhausted at the end of the day and you don't have time or the energy, or you just not even the mental headspace to figure out what the heck to eat. Because then what happens?
Overeating at night, things like that is what happens when you don't have a plan. Just the types of questions we're trying to answer here tonight are the things that happen when you don't have a plan. And the question, this overall topic is, how do I lose weight fast on keto, right? And you might think, well, they're going off on this tangent about it's all like stuff between your ears, but that's really the way to lose weight fast. And having a plan is one of the most critical pieces to losing weight fast. Because if you vary from that, if you vary from that plan very much, you're not going to get the results that you want.
If you don't have a plan at all.
And if you're not experienced, if you're not an experienced driver, what do? You go out and practice, and you prepare, and you learn, and you plan. This is especially for people that are new to keto, really important to have this plan, because it takes away some of the stress and some of the anxiety and some of the fear about eating this new way. And so you can always fall back on your plan when you don't know what to do.
And don't worry, before we finish up, we are going to talk about how to create a plan. But the fourth tip is execute your plan. Because even the best plan, not executed, isn't going to work. So you've got to make the plan, and then you've got to execute the plan. Because the magic it always comes back to those small decisions you make every day, those inconsequential decisions. You get up in the morning and you're like, oh, I'm going to skip my workout today. I'm going to go back to bed for an hour instead. Well, add that up over years and years and years, and you're not where you want to be. So it's those days you come home and you're stressed and you're tired. But what you don't realize is that that's every day, or that's 5 out of 7 days of the week. And all of a sudden you've created this habit of using food as a comfort tool.
Yeah.
Which may have just been what got you into a health crisis in the first place. So, the person with the plan, who executes the plan daily, who thinks differently about failure, that is the person who's going to lose weight and get the results they want faster than anybody else. So that's the secret. So I do want to spend just a few minutes to talk about how do you create a plan. So the first thing is invest in the tools that you need to create the plan. So I have created, because we're so passionate about this topic, I have created 2 planners. So this is a 30-day keto planner. It's full size, perfect for beginners, perfect for people who want a little bit of information about keto in their planner. It's not as thick, again, 30 days. And then this is our brand new planner. This is our Deluxe Keto Planner. This is a 90-day keto planner. It has a laminated cover. It comes with a little bookmark, not the kitty one. It comes with a little bookmark. We did an exercise this week with our membership out of the planner. And this planner is designed exactly how we just talked about. The 30-day keto planner only has the day planner page. The 90-day keto planner has 2 pages. It has a plan. So the plan is intended to be done the night before. You sit down 5-10 minutes, you plan out the next day. So you know exactly what's going to happen. You think about your schedule, you look for red flags, like what might get in my way, what might pop up that I'm not expecting, and how can I plan right now to overcome that. Then the other side over here is the tracker. So the tracker is what you fill out during your day. So as you go through the day, you're tracking different things, and there's spots for all different categories, your ketone levels, your blood sugar, so on and so forth. So, and then in this one, every 7 days, you have a weekly reflection where you recommit to that commitment statement, that why statement. There's goal worksheets in here and all kinds of stuff. And then there's a deeper 30-day reflection every 30 days. And this is a tool that will help you get better results if you use it every single day. So we also have things, we've also created some other products. So we have a keto shopping list that comes in 2 different sizes. This is a 10-point font. This is 12-point font. The larger one was requested by some of my members.
They're 2-sided.
Yep, they're 2-sided. So there's 60 tear-off sheets on here. So this is enough to last an entire year with some special occasions thrown in. So invest in the tools you need. We also came out with a line of inspirational journals. So if you like to bullet journal or free write, so we talk with our members a lot about journaling and doing morning pages or evening pages, which is just free writing in a journal to help you. I mean, it's kind of a way to do some self therapy if you're at a point where you can be introspective. But remember that in the end, it's the person that plans, executes that plan, has that strong commitment and why statement, and expects and embraces failure and learns from it. That's how you lose weight fast with the keto diet. That's how you get to any goal. You could pick any goal, whether it's your education. We're going to be going through a lot of these concepts with our kids tonight as they learn how to do, our high schoolers, as they learn how the heck to do online school. So this concept works for anything. So I want to end this segment with a quote from Confucius.
Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. The old saying, failure plan is planning to fail, right?